You know, I think I was wearing the same sweater in my last video. New Year, same trashy one outfit wearing me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. This will be the first video on my main channel that I have uploaded this year. It is a new year, it's 2018. It's so crazy to me that 2017 is over. I'm so glad it's over, but it is over and it's now a new year. And so this video is going to be a kind of recap of my 2017. I've been doing this for a couple years now, and I really like to do it and just kind of talk about some of the things that last year taught me. And obviously there is more that is not included in this video that I learned last year. But these are the things when I sat down at the beginning of this year and the end of last year and started thinking, what did I really learn in 2017? And these are the 8 things that I came up with. And these also have there's one general category and then there's multiple bullets under it. So there's multiple things within these 8 things. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I like doing this video and seeing more things that I'm learning about myself every year, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. And if you guys want to make a video like this, please feel free to send them to me on Twitter, and I will check out y'all's videos as well because I love watching these kinds of videos. So without further ado, let's get started. So one of the first things that I learned is not to focus so much on what people post on social media and to not base your life off of what other people are doing. I have a problem comparing myself, and I've gotten slightly better at it as I've gotten older, but it still gets to me on days when I'm having bad mental health days or just feeling really down and disappointed in myself. It still gets to me because there are people that are my age that are doing such great, amazing things, that have families, that are married, that have houses and cars, and just seem to have the perfect life. And then there are people my age that are still living at home with no job. There's people my age that are in college. It's a weird age because everybody at my age is in so many different places in their life, and it's hard not to compare yourself to some of those people that are doing better and bigger things than you. So it's really, really hard, but what you have to remember in that situation, not everybody is who they post to be on social media. And I know Megan Tonjes, I believe, made a video about this a while ago, talking about, again, not everybody is who they post to be on social media. Everybody is dealing with their own battles and their own stuff behind social media. They're not going to post that they're having a bad mental health day. And so things like Instagram are basically just a highlight reel of somebody's life. It's the best moments of someone's life and doesn't really show the other side of their life. So they're only posting the happy moments and they don't post the bad things because none of us do. I mean, a few people every now and then will say that they're having a bad day or something, but generally they don't put their business out there completely, say that they're having troubles in life. They just post the happy moments. And so you have to remember that and try not to compare yourself to others and where they're at in their life to others, because everybody has their own journey and everybody has their own way of dealing with stuff and their own mental health issues, and or not even mental health, just bad days. Everybody has bad days, and everybody goes through shit. So this year really, really taught me that, because I've just tried to get out of my head so much and thinking that I'm not where I'm supposed to be in life, and that's really, really hard. But I've started that process slowly, and I am definitely getting there, but it is a process. And also going along with that, I also learned that baby steps are still steps. Even if you're taking the smallest little inch, you're inching your way to something great, and baby steps are still steps. And that goes for whatever you're trying to do, whether it's a mental health journey that you're trying to get to a certain goal, whether it's a house and a family that you're trying to achieve, whether that's a career you're trying to achieve, or your dreams and your passions, or whatever it may be. Even little baby steps, little tiny baby steps, are still steps in the right direction, and you're still making progress. And that is the hardest thing to learn because it's so frustrating. I want to just skip to the point in my life where I'm financially stable, where I have a family and a husband and kids and a house and I can handle all my own stuff but it doesn't just happen like that. Like, it's going to take a while for me to get to that point, and I'm realizing that more and more, and it's just hard to not want to like take giant steps towards that. But you have to kind of baby step your way to that, or it's probably not going to happen overnight. So you just have to inch your way and do little tiny things here and there to get to your dreams. You can't just jump right into them, which I have been known to do in the past. I've made a lot of big leaps in my life, and usually those come back to bite me in the ass. So I'm trying to learn to take it step by step, and even like baby steps are still steps in the right direction, and that's one of the biggest things that I am, again, learning throughout last year and hopefully into 2018 as well. Another thing I have started to learn in 2017 is how to balance time with friends and alone time. I am generally a very a loner. Like, I really like my alone time, and I thrive on alone time. I'm a very introverted type person, but here in the last couple years of being alone, I've kind of reached a point where I need people in my life, and before I didn't really know how to balance that. I would be around someone 24/7 and then suddenly have like a anxiety attack because I don't have alone time. And I'd start to freak out on the person and blame the person, and then we wouldn't talk for a while because I would start a fight with them. And this year, I had really learned to start balancing that time, and also to not get jealous. Because I am a loner, I don't have very many friends in my life. I have one or two really good friends that I'm with 24/7, and I have to realize that sometimes when I only have one or two friends, that doesn't mean that my friends only have one or two friends. And so it used to be when my friends were not around me, if I was wanting to be around them and they were wanting to go do something with their other friends, I would get extremely jealous because I get in my head and I think I'm not good enough for this person to want to be around me 24/7, when it's in reality it's not that. It's just they have a group of friends that are bigger than my circle of friends, and so they go out and do stuff, and I just have my one or two friends that I stick with 24/7 rather than a bunch of friends that I split up my time with, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense. I don't know if that did or not. So I've started to learn to balance that and to not be as jealous and to let my friends hang out with whoever they want, and you know, that I don't have to be the only person they hang out with just because they're the only person that I hang out with, if that makes any sense at all. That's kind of a two-parter one. Number 4, and I wanted to throw this in the middle of the video so it's not at the beginning or the end, because I don't talk about this stuff on my channel. It's just not who I am. But with Trump taking office this year, I've never been a very political person, and that's why I don't talk about it on my channel, because I don't want to offend anybody, and I haven't really learned yet where I stand politically. And so I have never wanted to bring up politics on my channel. Plus, it's a very sensitive topic, and I don't want anybody like bashing me or bring any hate or political debates in my comments or on my channel. That's not what this channel is about, nor will it ever be. But this year, one thing that I did learn, and I wanted to include it because I did learn it this year, is kind of how close-minded my community is. And not only that, I've started to learn where I stand because of how close-minded my community is that I live in. Like, I have always considered myself somewhat like these other people around here, but I've never agreed with a lot of the things that people around here say. A lot of people around here are against gay marriage, and I am not, for instance, and I don't want to get into like the specifics of it, but that is one thing that I disagree with, that my community strongly believes in. They believe in banning gay marriage, and I do not stand for that at all. So that is just one example, and I don't want to list a whole bunch because I don't want to make this a political video, but I've started to learn more and more where I stand politically, and also just how close-minded and how different my community is with their beliefs, and how almost judgmental that they are, and how far we have to come in this world. And I feel like that with everything that happened politically this year, all the mass shootings and all the horrible things that have happened this year, I think that was a realization too. But also just being in my community and hearing people in my community talk about politics when these things happen has really just made me realize where I stand. And what I am going to believe in and what I'm not, and I think that's just really, really helped me to kind of speak about politics more, because I've never been a political person, never watched any of the political debates until I was an adult. My mom was never very much into politics, so I didn't grow up hearing about politics, so it took me a little while to get to know where I'm at and where I stand politically. But I think this year I have definitely started to learn. Again, I'm still continuing to learn a lot of these things, but I've started to learn in 2017 what I believe in politically and where I stand. And again, I hope I continue to learn more and more what I will stand for and what I won't, in a political sense and in other senses too. And again, I didn't say that to offend anybody. You can all have your own beliefs. That is just one thing that I have learned, and yeah, I wanted to include it because I feel like that's probably something a lot of people have learned in 2017, and just how corrupt the world is with all these things that have happened this year and all these tragedies. So I just wanted to include that. So please don't make a political debate in my comments, because this is not necessarily what this video is about or what I want it to be about. I just wanted to include it because I have started to learn that about myself. Alright, so moving on from that very serious topic, I have learned this year to take your health seriously. The beginning of this year I had some really, really scary health scares, and it kind of freaked me out a whole lot. And one of the things I have always been able to say about myself is, even if I have bad mental health days, even if I was having financial issues or job issues or whatever it may be, I have always been healthy up until this past year. Up until 2017, I was always able to say, well, this might be going on, but at least I'm healthy. And this year, I couldn't say that at one point in this year, and that just really, really scared me, because I've always been able to say that about myself. No matter what else is going on in the world, whatever else is going on in my life, I could always say I have my health, I'm a healthy person, and that is what kept me going. This year, it really scared me because I couldn't say that for a good portion of this year, a good quarter of it almost. So it just really, really scared me, and I learned not to take advantage of that, because if you don't take care of yourself, and if you don't, if you do take advantage of your health and don't take it seriously when they tell you that health things are coming up, or that this could potentially happen if you don't eat better, if you don't exercise, whatever it may be, if you don't take your health seriously, then your health is going to fight back. Your body is going to fight back if you don't take care of it. And that is one of the biggest things that I've learned, and one of the scariest things that I have learned this past year, is not to neglect your body and to take care of it, because if you neglect your body is going to start neglecting you, and it's not going to be pretty when it does. Thank God that all those health problems have now been settled for the most part, but you guys will see in one of my next videos that I am making New Year's resolutions to move forward with my health problems and hopefully prevent more of them from happening. If you can say you're healthy, then that is one of the greatest things that you have, because there are a lot of people out here who can't say that they are healthy, and that breaks my heart when I think about it. I don't even want to go there. When I was going through my problems, I had a cousin that was going through some more serious problems with cancer, the dreaded C word that I hate even mentioning, and it just made me realize, oh my gosh, like, I can't imagine something like that happening. And I am so glad that I have my health, and that I haven't let it get to so far that I can't change what is going on with my body. So please, please, please take care of your health. So I definitely learned that, and again, you'll see in my New Year's resolution that I'm going to do something about that. But yeah, I definitely learned that after the scares that I've had this year. Another thing that I've learned kind of closer to the end of the year is to just start. If you want to do something, just start. Don't think about it. Don't let other people get into your head about it. Don't overthink about it, or think, what are people going to think of me if I do this? If you really, really want to do something, just do it. And more specifically, I'm talking about, for me personally, when I did my music challenge in December, even though I got sick and I didn't finish, I didn't think I would end up doing that much. I thought I would back out after the first video was uploaded, and I did more than I could, and I would have kept up with it if I got sick. I'm so mad that I got sick, because if I wouldn't have got sick, then I definitely would have finished it. But I definitely learned that if you want to do something, don't get in your head about it. Don't let other people get in your head. Just do it. Just like Nike says, just do it. Because if you sit there and think about it or let other people talk you out of it or give you opinions about it, then you're not going to do it. If you have a spur of the moment idea and you really, really want to do it and are really passionate about it, just do it. Don't think about it. Don't plan it. Just fucking do it. And it'll be the greatest outcome, because I had some really awesome things happen to me for those couple days, and I felt so good about myself. I was so excited to upload those videos. Even though I know they weren't great and I could have probably did better and worked harder on them, I jumped right into it and I did it, and that sparked something in me to make me want to keep doing it, and I am going to keep doing it. You guys will see also in my New Year's resolution video what I'm talking about there, but it sparked something into me that if I could do that spur of the moment, and I can definitely do it when I have more time to plan out this stuff and make it better. Like, if I can do it on the spur of the moment when it's not planned and not prepared and not something that I thought about, then I can definitely do it when it's planned and thought about and practiced and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to do something, just start. That again is one of the biggest things that I learned this year, is to just start. Just do it. Don't think about it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't let people talk you out of it. Just do it. And the seventh thing that I have learned this year is a trip through the mountains or a trip through nature can cure almost any problem that you have, especially if you are someone who believes in the universe or believes in a higher being or a god or something like that. Because if you, for me at least, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, walking through the mountains like I have done a lot of this year, or walking to the lake, or whatever I'm doing, if I am out in nature and seeing all these beautiful creations around me, it's like, wow. Like, it brings you back down to earth and makes you more connected with this universe. For me, it makes me more connected to God because I believe in God. If not, it just connects you and grounds you to this earth that you live on, that you see every single day, that you walk across every day. It's just such a relaxing thing to just be out in the mountains and looking at the sunset or the mountains or the lake or the river or just anything that is gorgeous and natural. It's just, for me, it's just so grounding and I love it. And it cures any problem that I have, because I'm like, wow, like if my God, and again, this is for me because I believe in God, but if my God can create those beautiful things, what can he do in my life that is beautiful? And that's what it brings me back to. It shows me, look, these are all the beautiful creations that God created, and I am one of those as well. And again, not to get religious on you guys, but I am a religious person, so if you're not and you don't want to hear this, just skip this part. But in the Bible, it does mention that God will take care of you just like he takes care of the trees and the birds and the animals. And when I'm out in nature, I think about that. Like for me, God created the water that is making that tree grow, so he's going to create the water in my life that is going to make me grow. And it just, that's way going into it, because it's I probably sound like a hippie or something right now, I don't know, but that's what I think of when I'm out in nature, and it's just so beautiful and so peaceful and relaxing, and I just love it. I love being out in nature and taking pictures and trying to share this beautiful state that I live in with everybody on Instagram and social media and on YouTube. I love it. I just learned that being out in nature can cure just about any problem that you have. And number 8, and the last thing that I learned, is to grow through what you go through. I learned that I have a lot of issues from my past and a lot of trauma that I have not dealt with yet, and a lot of stuff that has just happened in my life that I have not fully dealt with this year. And I'm learning to grow through it, and despite what I've been through, I'm learning to grow as a person and let it influence me in a positive way and not a negative way. And it's really, really hard, because I've started to learn why I act the way I do, and why certain things make me freak out, and why certain things put me into a panic. And it's just, I've started to learn so much about my mental health and why I am the way I am and why I react the way I do to certain things. It's one of the biggest and most important things I think I've learned. Is just more about myself and who I am as a person and why I am the person I am. And it's so amazing, because I start to realize, like, when I start to freak out about something, I'm like, nope, you're freaking out about that because when you were 6 years old or whatever, like when you were younger, this happened to you, and now because that happened, you freak out. I have started to realize why I am the way I am, and it's so amazing. It's taken me a long time to get this way, and I thought I figured out who I was a long time ago, and apparently I haven't. And they say you do most of your growing in your 20s and late 20s, and I'm almost in my late 20s now. Yeah, I'm just learning more and more about myself, and it's so, so great. And every opportunity, every fight that I get into with a friend or with my parents or my family members, I sit down after a fight now, and instead of being pissed off and being like, well, this person did this and this person did that, I sit back and think, why did I react like that? Why did I say that? What is it in me, or what did I go through that made me react like that? And it's so great to be able to figure those little bits and pieces out of who I am. And it's just, I love it so much, because now I can sit down after a fight with a friend and be like, I'm sorry, I reacted this way because when I was younger, this happened, and now I don't like it because blah, 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 or whatever. Like, I can explain myself more, and I know myself better, and it's so, so great. It's finally, after almost 23 years, I've started to figure out who I am and why I am the way I am, and I love that. I love figuring that out about other people, and I love figuring that out about myself most of all. So it's so amazing, and I'm happy to continue to learn that. And yeah, so those are the biggest things that I have learned in 2017. Obviously there's more, but these are the things that again, when sitting down thinking about it, these are the things that came to my mind. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. In my next video, it will be, well, one of two things. I really want to talk about the Logan Paul thing, but I don't know if I have decided to do it or not, or it's going to be a New Year's resolution. The New Year's resolution video will be up one way or another. I just don't know if it's going to be the next video or 2 videos from now, so we will see. I'll decide what I want to do about the Logan Paul thing. I don't think I can let that go. That's just a big deal. But anyways, there will be a New Year's resolutions video coming out soon. On that note, I hope you guys have an awesome 2018. I hope yours is starting off slightly better than mine is. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.